Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video where I'm going to talk about a newly shown, kind of teased Hot Toys products, and this time it's from Spider-Man No Way Home, a couple of the villains, Dr. Octopus and Green Goblin. So this photo just came out yesterday, actually, in the middle of the day. It's getting, no attention, which I find extremely odd. However, it does seem to be very legitimate, and it does seem to give us a very good look at the Green Goblin figure, and then a bit of a teaser look at the Dr. Octopus figure from No Way Home. So just in case, I will say that it's possible that this isn't real from just looking at it here and the type of image that it is. It looks completely legitimate to me. I do believe that this is real. So I'm it's very odd that it's getting no attention. I've seen and I've looked for, if people are posting it. I've seen 3 people at this point posting it, and it's been out for, almost 24 hours at this point. So I think that's kind of bizarre. But to me, it does look legitimate. I'm going to talk about it as if it's legitimate. If for any reason it turns out not to be, I apologize, disregard this. But from right now and from what I can see, everything about it, I don't see anything that, leads me to believe that this is not a legitimate photo. Essentially, from a figure magazine that features Hot Toys, we've seen many reveals of Hot Toys through this type of thing, where it's a photo from a magazine. This is not something that's uncommon. It does happen, absolutely. And it, again, I think that it is pretty legitimate. So we'll see to know for sure. But again, I'm going to do this video as if it is 100% true, talking about the figures. So, starting off, I did a video a while back, about a month ago probably at this point, of my most anticipated Hot Toys figures from No Way Home. I did a ranking video. Of course, this video is going to contain spoilers for No Way Home. I'm not going to go into many or anything like that, but I will be definitely talking about the characters in the film. So with that, on my top 5 list, of course, both of these characters did make it. So very excited to see that Hot Toys is indeed producing them. Disappointed in how long it's taking, especially with Dr. Octopus, though, with the fact that he was revealed, months, many months before the release of the film. I was hoping that just after the release of the film, we'd get him on pre-order since they've had time to work on him. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's the case, though. And I was particularly interested in, with Green Goblin, what version of him they do. Because there are 3 different looks for Green Goblin in this new film. You have the one at the top right, which is his traditional look, straight out of the Sam Raimi film from 2002. You have the middle one there, which is essentially that costume, except no helmet. It's just, his face sculpt, his regular face. And then a really torn up hoodie that basically doesn't have any sleeves, and some torn up pants. But then essentially, other than that, the regular suit itself. Or his final look, which is a battle damage version of this costume, which features some enhancements such as gauntlets, a whole kind of bag section, the hoodie as well, and just kind of upgrades in that sense. So I was hoping that we get the kind of the final look, since that is very much the No Way Home look. This look is much more the Raimi film rather than No Way Home. Although we do see him like that, it is literally for 3 seconds, and I'm not even exaggerating with the 3 seconds. That's about as long as we see that look. So I would definitely prefer one of the 2 others, but I am happy to get a Raimi version. Here's the thing. I'd be very pleased with this if this is not our only version. If we get another version that's his end of the film look, I'd be all for it. I'd love to have both. But if they are legitimately just making one Green Goblin here, it would be disappointing if they just do this one, because, again, it really doesn't represent No Way Home. What I am hoping for, though, when it comes to this figure, first of all, just looking at the figure, it looks quite nice. We do have kind of something to compare it with, as there has been a 1/6 scale Green Goblin figure in this design done before. It was a third-party figure, though, unlicensed, but they did a quite good job with it. I have it on pre-order. I didn't get in on it for the first batch. I just brought Dr. Octopus, but for the second batch, I do have it on pre-order, so that should be shipping soon. I ordered the version that was the standard, though, without the glider, so this version will still be worth it to me, as it's obviously Hot Toys, so it will be better. Plus, you get the glider with it. But the figure himself, I think, does look really nice. It looks like it's a really solid design. You do see some wrinkles in the costume, especially over here, but that does show that it will have good articulation. You'll be able to get some decent poses out of it, and as you can see, you can get him riding the glider quite nicely. The sculpt on the helmet looks very cool too. I think that the eyes have a really nice glossy look to them, almost like a pearlescent. So I love that, and I hope that it legitimately looks that good in person. And the coloring, it's a little hard to tell here. It looks a bit light. I think that it maybe could be a little bit darker green, but again, that could very much just be the quality of the photo. So I wouldn't color-wise go into much when it comes to that. But overall, it looks good. What I'm hoping this is, though, and we'll see, but I'm hoping that this is a DX figure, so that we get get quite a few accessories. What I'm hoping for is obviously what you see here, the regular figure in his Raimiverse look with the glider, then a secondary head sculpt of Norman Osborn, and the hoodie piece as well as the shredded pants. Those are two accessories that would be very easy to create, and you can just slide them over the Raimiverse figure with replacing the head sculpt, and you've got yourself the look in the middle of the film when he's kind of fighting Spider-Man and Aunt May. So that would be perfect. It would be a way that you can give two totally different looks. Here's the thing. They're very similar looks, but when you're just looking at them, they look completely different. But since it is basically the same thing on the inside, he's just doesn't have his mask on and he's wearing a little bit of clothing up top, it looks very different. Plus, he's not wearing gloves, so, you'll get some skin hand sculpts, too. And you'll have a very different looking Green Goblin. The one thing that I really want it to be a DX is not only would those extra accessories kind of push it over to that level, giving them two separate looks, maybe a diorama back display, that'd be cool too. But having the moving eyes for Norman, I think, would be fantastic. Obviously, with such an expressive actor and character, having the moving eyes would really add an extra layer to him, which I think would be fantastic. So that's what I am overall really hoping for when it comes to this Green Goblin figure, that it's a little bit more than just your standard figure. I hope it is something that, allows you to be able to get a really good No Way Home type of look. And then, just in general, I'd love his end of the movie look, too. That would obviously have to be a completely sculpted new figure. Obviously, they could use the same specs for the suit, but they would have to update certain portions of it to have the damage. And then it does require a lot of new pieces on top of it, too. So there is quite a bit different. Of course, they could just reuse the glider, though, so that's one extra piece that they wouldn't have to do much for. But again, really hoping that we get some form of the Goblin in his No Way Home look, whether that's another version of the final battle look, or just the pieces with this one to transform him into his kind of middle of the film look. So that's what I'm really hoping for. Either way, though, I do plan to get this figure. Again, even though I have the third-party figure, third-party design of this character coming figure-wise, I definitely want the Hot Toys version, and with the glider, it would definitely make it worth it for me. Now, talking about the other figure being shown here, obviously Spider-Man is front and center, but this is a figure that has been shown and put on pre-order, so I'm not going to talk about that one at all. But the other new development here, figure-wise, is Dr. Octopus. We do not get as good a look of him as we do Green Goblin. He is, of course, obscured, and they purposely have not shown the head sculpt for him yet either. Figure-wise, though, he looks really nice. It's hard to say when it comes just to the figure portion. I'll talk about the arms. That's where I have some stuff to say. But as far as the figure, he looks pretty decent, as you can see. The one thing that's, a big difference costume design-wise from this version compared to the third-party one that was released by the same company that did Green Goblin from Toys Era. He obviously has a shirt on, so he doesn't have kind of the bare-chested look like he did in the original Raimi trilogy. So that's something that, gives some kind of a unique look to identify him from No Way Home. The other big difference from No Way Home, and this, isn't permanent throughout the movie, but he does have in No Way Home red detailing and gold. Well, he has gold anyway, but I think that there is a little bit more gold, but mainly the red detailing on the arms is new. Now, it is hard to tell from these pictures, especially like looking at this arm. I don't see any red there. This arm, it's very hard to see. I think I see a little bit of red on the side. This arm, however, this one looks like it has red. I believe that there's a red stripe going down there. And on the back of some of the, particularly right here on this little finger, it looks like there's red detailing as well. So again, because of the color and the quality of the photo, I can't say for certain, but it does look like they're going with the red arms with this one, which, to be honest, I'm a little disappointed with. Of course, when Otto had the red arms, he was completely devoid of any agency. You know, he couldn't do anything on his own. He wasn't controlling the arms when they're red. So because of that, why do I want a representation of like a imprisoned Dr. Octopus, on my shelf? I'd rather have it without the red, especially since he does wear, a decent portion of the movie he doesn't have the red. The whole fight scene in the beginning he doesn't, and then at the end he doesn't either. And plus, without the red, you can use this figure in your display for the Raimi films if you wanted. It doesn't have to be exclusive to No Way Home. But if it is truly red here, I am disappointed, to be honest. When it comes to the design of the arms, they look good. Just from what I can see, they look nice. It would have been cool if they added some lights, though, so that you have the lights on the inside of each of the palms there. That would be really neat, and something that would really elevate it, especially since they are kind of competing against a third-party version, as I mentioned. But the arms, and I could be wrong about this, but just looking at the arms, looking how they're moved, how they're twisted, it looks to me as if they're rubber. Now, again, could be completely wrong about that. We'd have to wait until we see the film. Not till we see the film, till we see the actual final product images of this, and some high-def quality images. But I don't see individually jointed pieces here. It doesn't look like that's the case. It looks like it's rubber, very similar to the base of this figure. The deluxe version of that figure comes with a base that has some of Ock's tentacles, and those are rubber designed. So I feel like, just looking at it and from what they did with that base, I think that they are going with rubber. And if that's the case, I'll be incredibly disappointed. Obviously, you'll get good range, but rubber isn't something that really lasts, and especially on a figure where the rubber is supposed to be a metal piece, if there's any sort of creasing, any sort of chipping, or cracking in it, it's just going to look awful. It'll completely break the illusion that it's metal. So that would be really disappointing. Again, I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. It could be actually articulated. I'm not sure. When it comes to the third-party figure, it was actually articulated. Each of these breaks in the arm had a ball joint, which gave the articulation, which gave the figure amazing articulation. Not only did it have a great amount of articulation, but there were so many joints that you could have it move where it was really smooth, It looked like it was actually whipping like a tentacle. So it made the posability and the look of the figure just perfect. So if that's the case, if this is truly a rubber armed figure, I might not get this one because I have the third-party one. I do really want it, though, because especially for the head sculpt, I'd love a new, head sculpt from Hot Toys based on the character. That would be awesome. But we'll have to see. So overall, from these preview images, I'm disappointed on both accounts. Now, there's a way they could both be great. If Dr. Octopus truly does not have rubber arms, if they are jointed and they're plastic, that would be great. I'd be totally into that figure. And if Green Goblin comes with the necessary pieces to give him kind of the middle of the film look, I'd be super happy there too. But as it both stands, I think that it is a little disappointing with some of the choices that they've made. Nonetheless, though, again, I can't wait to see the final images, get them on pre-order, and get some more figures from this series. Of course, I'd love Electro. Sandman would be cool, although not expecting him. And then, of course, the other Spider-Man figures is a must. But can't wait to get better images of these. And again, not 100% sure if it's real, but from what I can see, it does look legitimate. So let me know what you guys think of this new preview image, and thanks so much for watching.